There we go.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Movie Talks Show. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Yevon Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
Man, in this episode, before we jump into this, first of all, we'd like to send our the thoughts and prayers out to everybody in California with those massive wildfires that have still going.
Raging.
Yeah. And thank you to everyone who's chipped into support, including our neighboring nations.
The Santa Anas are not helping right now.
No. It's a very, very not good thing that's going on out there. And so hopefully everybody is safe. I know there was, up until yesterday, the day before, there was luckily a limited loss count as far as death count. But I mean, there were still injuries.
And I know friends of the show that we follow on Instagram, they are all safe and they are out of the Hollywood area. Mm-hmm. They unfortunately, even though they are safe from the fires, they are still without power. So hopefully infrastructure can get back soon.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just wild watching some of that wind whip through there. I mean, like, we see that wind all the time, like, 90, 100 miles an hour. Well, even like, bad storms that roll in off the Gulf. Like, we get a Cat 1 pretty much the entire summer
for
at least an hour, But like, imagine that with fire coming off a storm spitting fire at you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I'd rather have rain hit my windows.
I'll take that rain all day.
Yeah.
I will say it's kind of cool to watch the airships go over the fires because they'll go about a quarter mile past it and then dump the water and let the wind carry it back to the fire. I mean, it's horrible that it's happening, but it is very interesting to see how they plan for those wind effects.
Yeah. So we just wanted to say, hope everyone is well and safe, and you get back on your feet if you lost your home or et cetera, car or vehicle. Just wanted to throw out our best wishes to everybody. But in this episode, no, we're not going to be talking about Backdraft or anything now.
Good, because I haven't seen it.
Right. So
I can't even get that anymore.
3 years in, you can't handle it. You're done.
Over 3.5.
Yeah, get your damn timetable right.
Yeah.
And go watch Backdraft.
Math.
yeah. Then go watch Backdraft.
Yeah. So I'll let you.
Because if you go, I go. He doesn't know that line. So we were kind of mulling around, some thoughts and ideas for the episode today, and then one of the ones I caught up was we're gonna toe a very tight line today too, but movies that would never be made or could not be made today, and I apologize if this hurts anyone's sensibilities due to the liberal media.
Shut your whore mouth.
You could tell me to shut it up, but it's true. Because we have to have safe spaces, and we can't offend anybody.
Yes.
Which
Should I just turn off my mic and go home now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. See you later.
I'm gonna be the conscience of the room.
He thinks his mic's on now.
Anybody without an orange drink.
Yeah, anyone without an orange drink.
I'm drinking water.
There's orange juice in the fridge. Behind the water.
I'm not gonna like this episode, am I?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, today is Pope Patrick the Bear.
These are just our views, by the way.
Oh,
We
yes,
have views
this
of
is
anybody else's,
yes. Is our thoughts, not yours.
Nor anybody else that we're affiliated with. Any
Yeah,
production
Because we're
companies or
affiliated
anything.
with a lot of people.
Yeah, we are affiliated with a lot of people.
And to be fair to this topic, there are a few that I genuinely enjoy that I agree with you that would not have been greenlit today. And it's a shame. It's basically anything Mel Brooks has ever made.
Yes. I would definitely say 90% of Mel Brooks movies, barring probably Silent Movie. I think that one was all right.
Yep, silent movie, and like I said earlier, Young Frankenstein.
Young
Frankenstein would
Frankenstein.
probably.
It would be 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, why you gotta mess with the dead people? Mm-hmm. Guy's dead. You're talking about playing God, playing.
Why you objectify a woman? Ooh, nice knockers.
Yeah.
To be fair, she objectified herself in that scene.
I mean, someone would argue that she was acting.
Although, from an OSHA perspective, when they were using all the electricity, he was wearing protective gloves and goggles, safety goggles.
From an OSHA perspective.
So he did have his proper.
Let's not bring in a federal agency into this discussion.
He just defended OSHA.
Defend all you want. Let's not bring down a federal agency into this podcast.
They're fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
All of our wires are sheathed, and
Yeah.
we're using at least one
Power strip?
Power strip.
Maybe.
It's probably got a surge protector in it somewhere.
It does. It does. It's GF5C.
It has the ground. It has the grounding prongs. so,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
we're
exactly.
yes.
What could go wrong?
Wait for it.
Now the only thing I'm thinking of is A Christmas Story, where they had everything plugged into that one outlet.
Oh, well, that
Greatest
and Christmas Vacation.
Oh yeah.
When she goes into the garage, and that's like where everything's plugged in for the lights. Yeah. Yeah. You definitely couldn't get away with that now. Not even in a movie.
So what do you think could not be made today, Patrick?
Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
I've seen it about 5 times, but the only scene that lives rent free in my head. And he's like, "Look at this hand." He's like, "Steady as a rock." Well, I shoot with this one.
Yeah.
I was walking down the street, and I heard draw. I turned around. It was a little kid. So I laughed, turned back around. Bastard shot me in the ass.
The Waco Kid.
The Waco kid. I heard of you. Man drink like that and he don't eat. He is going to die. When?
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
What was he? He's sitting in the cell. It's like, you think you ought to eat something? Oh no, food makes me sick, and just starts guzzling the bottle.
It's a fantastic movie.
It is.
a great movie.
And however, they that is not true. They did make that. They just changed it around a whole lot.
I can only imagine.
It was Paws of Fury. You can watch it. Well, maybe not now, but I did. I watched it on Prime for free, which is very good.
Paws of Fury?
Yes.
Okay.
So Mel Brooks is in it.
Hopefully.
But it's basically they flip it around and it's a dog that's on an island full of cats.
Okay. And how is this a Blazing Saddles reference?
It's literally the exact plot line.
Oh, really?
And word for word, a lot of the same stuff from the movie. It's
really?
the only way that you could have done it. You made it a cartoon and you made it about cats and dogs.
Sounds like Wes Anderson directed that.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Tony? What movie do you think wouldn't be able to be made today?
Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Mainly the first one. The other ones got just more campy and goofy. But
Yeah.
the very, very first one, for the most, one of the ones where as a kid when you see it, you thought it was awesome. But then as an adult, you look back and you think about the situation, one main situation exactly.
Yeah, the one with the Darth Vader mask in the haunted house.
Yeah. Yeah, he's basically, tricking the girl and he's doing things to her.
Yeah.
In the lower regions, and he pops up, and it's him. Now, normally, most people, because she thought he was somebody else, that might be considered a form of
Sexual
assault. Yes, yes. However, in
yes,
the plot
great.
line, it worked out for everybody, and he got married to her.
She fell in love with the nerd
Yeah.
because he went down on her.
Yep.
Without her consent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, she didn't
She
not consent. She just didn't know it wasn't not him.
She consented.
She consented to somebody else.
It was supposed to be Stan Gable.
That's my pie.
It's like
That's another part that would not fly today. Would be,
No, yeah.
would be
Taking photos and posting them. Yeah, they block you on social media for doing it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's called stealing content. Every OnlyFans person has that on their page. This content is not to be reproduced, blah, 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 copied, da, 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 da.
Tell that to Google.
Yeah. Well, the other scene, I mean, there's a lot of scenes in that movie, but the other big scene is when they do the panty raid.
Panty raid. Just panty raid as the theme
Yeah.
would be. That's assault, brother.
And then illegally videoing them and then watching.
Yeah.
other stuff.
Exactly.
It reminds me of the scene in Porky's when they're just staring at the girls in the showers.
Yeah.
Yet
Yeah.
another movie that
Oh,
would not
absolutely
be
not.
be made.
Yeah, basically any sex rom-com camp movie from the 80s would not be able to be made
Without
Anymore.
the triple X rating.
Yeah. It would be in a different category.
Yeah.
You'd have to find it on
Yeah,
all the sites that are not
what's
blocked.
funny about that is like those were PG-13. You're like, well, they didn't say the F-bomb in it,
Yeah, I know, right? You saw a lot of bush and titties.
Yeah.
but nobody dropped an F-bomb.
Nope. So we're safe.
No one said fuck and no one got fucked.
Yeah.
So,
The MMRP was okay apparently
Yep.
back then. A little bit less chill.
Although in the reverse aspect, Revenge of the Nerds would be better for people that are still nerdy today. They'd be like, see?
It's possible.
Everybody uses
Exactly.
computers now.
Right,
They all think
yes.
it's the coolest
Oh
thing.
yeah, quick shout out to my math teacher in middle school who said you'll never have a calculator everywhere you go.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Middle school. That was in high school. Same shit.
Well, in high school they wanted me to have graphing calculators, and then they were saying you will never have this wherever you go.
I've got PowerPoint on my phone, bitch.
Yeah, I can turn my calculator to scientific.
Yeah, right now.
Trigonometry? Ask me a damn question.
I don't know
Please
the
don't.
answer. Just ask me.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be right. The answer will be 4.
I think I sent you this, but there's a guy in an interview. It was like stick figures. He was like, so what's one of your qualities? He's like, I'm real fast at math. He goes, okay. Like, what's 100 times 47? He was like 10.
I've seen that.
He's like, that's not right, but it was fast. He goes, damn, you're right. You're hired.
And it was for like Facebook or something.
Yeah. It was like stick figures
Yeah.
talking. That's not correct, but it was fast. It was fast.
What about you, Mr. Gavin? What movie do you think will not stand the test of time?
Even though they tried to remake it, it didn't really have its glory that it probably should have. But like Top Gun, just that overly over the top, quote unquote masculine, latent homosexuality volleyball scene.
Thank God you said that.
Yes,
Well, they kind of did that in Maverick with the football
they
scene.
tried that. Yes, they did try that, but it still didn't have like that. You didn't have that slow mo '80s feel to it of like, wow.
4 dudes with 8-packs.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Just sweating in the sun playing volleyball.
Why is the whole theater quiet and no one's saying a peep right now? Because we all think they're hot.
Why
All
is
the
my
girls are
girlfriend-
drilling, all the guys are crying.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Tom Cruise may have different religious views, but damn, in the 80s.
Oh,
I ain't gay, but damn.
$20 is $20. Anyway,
You say that a lot. I ain't gay, but man, he's hot. I ain't gay, but man, I'd sleep with him. I'm kind of starting to lean towards you might be a little gay.
First off, you suck my dick.
yeah. I'm beginning to think these missions are possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you have to start out the statement with,
Possible.
whenever you have to start the statement with "I'm not," just as a prelude.
Right. Oh yeah. It's like a Key and Peele episode where they're talking about they're doing like racist country song. And he's like, dude, there's no way you can find anything. You can be offended by anything in this song. And he's like, I feel like you're about to play the most racist song. It's like, if you have to preface that at the beginning, like,
Yep.
no, this is definitely something you shouldn't be doing.
I have a few friends who listen to this podcast, and I feel like when this goes out, I'm going to get a few texts.
Well, you're gonna get a couple of congratulations.
Yeah.
We always knew. We always knew.
Josh, I know you're listening. Do not do that.
Josh, I'll give you $20
He'll do it, too, for free.
It's like Closet Patrick coming out.
I hate you guys.
Another one I think would, and really a lot of it was more of the humor and the lines that got thrown in it, but Real Genius.
Yeah.
Like they
The
towed the
little Val
line.
Kilmer?
He towed the line with a whole lot of like stuff that today would, it was borderline then. It's well south of the border now.
Also, real science along with that.
Weird
Yeah,
science.
Weird Science.
Yes.
Yeah, weird science would definitely go against the women's lib community area. They would get
yeah.
highly offended at that of using women as a sex object. Although Kelly LeBrock, Yeah. Let's take a moment of silence.
Oh hell, Elizabeth Hurley in the TV show.
Yeah. But
I mean, fuck Elizabeth Hurley now.
Right? Or Bedazzled. Or what's the devil movie?
Yeah, that's one.
It's
Yeah.
Bedazzled, yep. With Ben Fraser.
Yes.
You know, I
say
got-
late. He's still alive. The great Brendan Fraser.
I've got one that actually would not be able to be remade.
Dare take him away from us.
Well, I just recently watched The Mummy. I do not want him to go anywhere.
The umpteenth time. The umpteenth time. You know what movie couldn't be made?
What's that?
Basketball.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, I don't know, man. They get away with so much shit on South Park right now.
True.
Like,
I know people are used to it. However,
Yeah.
if you were trying to put that movie now,
Right.
Because I think Basketball came out, what was that, like
'Cause they're-
2 years
2004?
before South Park. And fun fact, they
No,
didn't
no.
make that movie. They just started it and produced it, I think. But it was written and directed by someone else, if I remember correctly.
probably even a little lesser known, not as good, but Orgasmo.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
god, that movie sucked so hard.
The only good thing about there was the Hispanic guy, and he's like, "I am Sancho. Other men, maybe other men, but they're not Sancho." It's like the greatest interview he's ever seen. You know what? Fuck it, you're hired.
It's like in Ted Lasso when they bring over the guy from Peru. He's like, "Football is life," and that's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
he says
Yeah,
for like
right,
the first
yeah.
season.
Football is life.
And then they go to the World Cup and he breaks his teammate's nose.
Oh, and kills the dog.
Oh, why'd you gotta bring that up? Why?
Because
Because that's how the second season starts.
Oh, I remember. I clearly blocked it. I now remember.
You never even had a dog. You had a cat.
Yeah, but I still remember the ball being kicked into the dog.
Well, yeah. Well, no, the dog runs in front of the net.
Yeah, but the
Right,
ball
yeah.
still hit.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't aimed at the dog.
No,
Like,
no.
there was no malice. It was just,
the dog just got off the leash.
it
and
was
just-
like running after a bird or
it
something.
was something
right?
like because there was like a pigeon on the other side of the
Yeah.
pitch or something. And it's like that moment when the dove flew in front of the pitcher in the Mets game, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
it explodes.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's the whole shower scene after that, where he's just sitting there in his uniform, and water's just running over him, and he's like praying. He's like, he's just sitting there.
And they're all looking at him like, "Should we do something?"
It's like,
No.
I'm not going in there. Yeah, even Beard was like, nope.
So that's why a lot of those movies now, if they were to be made again or remade or a similar movie like it, they all would have to stay into the underground B movie genre.
Yeah,
because
you
those
get
guys,
away
yeah.
with a lot more shit
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
I feel like today, you get away with more gore
Yeah,
in any movie possible, but you bring something like politically controversial into it. Like, stop. Wait, we've got like 8 heads on spikes back here. What are you stopping us for now?
Yeah.
Like, where is this? Doesn't match up with the line that you're letting us take over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we think History of the World Part 1 would be made today?
No.
No. No.
No.
I have
Hell
these
no.
I wish it
15
was, but no.
Yeah.
10
10.
commandments.
What do? I'm an orator. So you bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you bullshit today? Yes. Did you bullshit yesterday? That's B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolute legend, B. Arthur. I'm a philosopher. You're a bullshit artist.
Yeah, bullshit artist.
What was that one saying? I think it was in History of the World where they were talking about they was gonna torture somebody. He's like, how shall his death be? And he's like, one guy's like, death by hanging? No. He's like, death by burning alive? No. Shove a live rattlesnake up his ass? Ooh, no, but very creative.
I don't know if it's that one or if that was from Blazing Saddles.
It was definitely from one of Mel Brooks' movies.
It's probably from History of the World Part 1 because that's probably when they go into the Inquisition scene.
Yeah.
Because they've got that dungeon. That's
Yeah.
down there. Yeah.
It reminds me of an episode of The Good Place where Michael's talking to Sean, the devil of the show, basically. And he's like, why don't you just we're doing something new. You can't just create bees with teeth. He's like, yeah, we're not doing that. He's like, that's my idea. I came up with that.
Bees with teeth.
It's like sharks with laser beams.
With laser beams attached to their heads.
Well, anything that Monty Python did.
See, I was just about
probably
to
not.
ask that.
Yeah.
Would the Holy Grail be released today?
I
At
don't
least
think-
in the States. They probably
The,
get
Hol-
rid of
the
it
Holy
all.
Grail might have, because there wasn't
Yeah.
really that many like racy or controversial things. However, the one that probably
Life of
wouldn't
Brian?
be, not even well, the Life of Brian would
Never
be
saw that one.
would be against the Christian community. I would say it's oh my god, it's like it's my favorite one. Too.
Outside of the Holy Grail, I haven't seen anything.
Oh my god, I'm trying to think of the name of it now. I just lost the name of it.
And we'll be back
Yes.
after these messages.
You keep talking.
And to the
The Meaning of Life.
The meaning of life.
I've heard of it,
Oh,
yes.
Because they have this one scene in there. I mean, there's a lot of scenes in there.
Well, it's a movie. I would hope so.
Him
A lot
who?
of really pushing the boundary scenes, but there's one scene.
Even for when it was made in
Yes.
the 70s.
Well, I'd say for the 70s it was acceptable, but still pushing the lines.
Okay.
It was be considered a racy scene back then. Now they'd be like, people are like, what? So there's it's I can't remember his name off the top of my head because I know like Eric Idle, John Cleese. So
Okay.
John Cleese's character, he walks in. It's like a classroom. You know, it's like an English classroom. I don't know what grade he's teaching, but he's basically teaching sex education. And he proceeds to start telling the kids about, sex education and, reproduction. And then all of a sudden, this woman comes in, and then a bed appears. I can't remember if he gets on a bed or if they're on his desk. And they start taking off their clothes, and then he starts having sex with her in front of all the children. He's like, so what you want to do is you want to get in here and thrust.
Yeah, pick this leg up.
That's not far off from that. But then
Jeez.
it's like, but he's like, I
gotta see
put
this movie.
money on the fact that he probably was actually doing something. Like
There was no
too
intimacy coordinators back then.
hard- No, because it was all like one camera shot, so there was no cuts. It was
Yeah.
just okay. And Monty Python had no problem getting naked. Like none of the actors did.
Yeah.
That's probably where the whole term "the full Monty" came from. The full Monty Python.
Which is a great movie. I've actually seen
Yeah.
that one. And apparently they've remade it. Or they're
Have they?
remaking it.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Certain things I just need to. Well, a lot of things I need to leave alone. Just come up with new stuff, people.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till we get a news alert that they're remaking The Birdcage. And I think I think
No.
we have to storm Hollywood if that ever happens.
No.
I hope Robin Williams' family burned the set down.
Yeah.
His daughter is actually named Zelda because he was such a huge fan of the Legend of Zelda series.
Gene Hackman may come out of retirement to boycott that.
Yeah.
Like, no. I look good in
Nathan
drag.
Lane is still alive.
I look good in drag.
Nathan Lane's still alive. He can go burn down Hollywood if the wildfires don't do it.
But I think Nathan Lane's. I think he's still doing stuff. I think he's just more like doing like Broadway,
Yeah.
rock Broadway stuff. Whereas like Gene Hackman, he retired.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Gene Hackman is.
Yeah, he writes books now and stuff like that. But
I mean, he's Gene fucking Hackman.
He doesn't even really go out out to public that much.
That's true. I haven't, outside of that video you sent us, I haven't really seen him.
yeah,
The, what was it? The Justice League, but with all
Yeah.
the 80s characters.
that was a great
That
cut,
was,
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Thank you for bringing it up. Whoever did this, so somebody on, or I don't, they weren't on Facebook, but I saw it on Facebook, and somebody did a fan,
Like supercut.
supercut fan of what the Justice League movie would have been if it was done back in the 80s. And so it took
Christopher Reeve, Linda
Superman,
Carter,
yep, as Wonder Woman. Then you had Gene Hackman as
Lex Luthor.
Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
And
then
Michael Keaton as Batman.
And then I always forget the guy's name, but he played the original Flash
And
and
the
show,
TV
but also
show
in the
from the
dad,
90s.
he played the father.
yeah, and the character's name is Grant, but I
Yeah.
cannot remember.
So basically, this fan put
not gonna do
together
him
these
dirty.
scenes from all the different movies and TV shows to make like a trailer of Justice League trailer from the 80s. And I got to tell you, I would watch that movie.
Yeah.
And whoever cut that actually did. There were some bad cuts, but there were some that were pretty
John
well
Shipp.
done. Yes.
I didn't want to do him dirty.
Yep. But there were some really good cuts, and they're like, it's like, oh, that could be the same movie. Like when they had now, if you notice on the one scene where they're having Batman and Superman talking, they kind of
It went from Metropolis to Gotham.
Yeah, but they put like Superman was kind of like faded a little bit or a little slightly transparent, so they probably did an overlay
Yeah.
and couldn't fully match it. But
I did like how he got those characters, like the Flash and Batman in one of the quote-unquote scenes was having a conversation. It really looked like face to face.
Yeah, how they cut it. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Whoever did that is an amazing editor.
Yeah.
I really hope you have a very successful
yeah.
career.
So if you're listening to this, we thank you.
Submit it to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hell, submit it to Sunscreen.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could actually, it'd be interesting to figure out if you could make a living. Now, there'd be a lot of copyright involved. If you could do stuff like that, like make your own movies based off existing movies using only so many second cuts of each scene.
Dude, you can do that with AI now, with like those deep fakes on the faces. Like, so
No,
somebody.
I know that. I'm saying, though, if you could actually make a living doing, like, if you would be able to release something like that, like.
Oh, they're called Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, actual legitimate distribution, like, on a screen, hour and a half long, if you had that kind of time.
Next time we get Doug on the show, we can ask him.
Yeah. We'll ask him how much.
We could start a production, call it Fan Favorite Films. And that's what people do. They get guys like this and be like, yeah. FFF.
Triple F Productions.
Yeah. Fan favorite films. Be like your fan favorites. We'll figure out a
people helping
distribution
people.
level and get it out there for you.
I
would watch
I'm not
that.
a lawyer, but I'm already proposing a bunch of legality issues.
Nope. I'm doing it.
I'm
It's
not
happening.
a lawyer, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah, right.
I worked out of my car. I don't have a car. Yeah, I worked out of it.
Yeah,
Because I
exactly.
didn't have one.
I worked myself out. You're the only one I know who got a DUI and gave up the car, not the bottle.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to that. Thank you for bringing that
Yes,
up today.
it was an amazing reel. It was
Yeah.
genuinely awesome. I would watch the shit out of that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
If half the cast wasn't dead or in their 80s at this point.
You don't need to be. Just take those clips.
I don't know if you could cohesively put together a.
Oh, anything's possible.
I will
What
say
do I
at the
know?
end
Nah.
of the first Wonder Woman, Linda Carter made an appearance, and damn, she still looks like Wonder Woman.
Oh. She can take my money. Anyway.
And they threw Supergirl in at the end.
Oh yeah,
Very
that's
end of
right.
it. Yep. Horrible movie, but
I liked it. I like 1984 a lot better.
no, I'm not talking about Wonder Woman. I said Supergirl.
Super.
At the very end of that trailer that fan made,
Oh yeah.
when
I forgot about
Batmobile, he's
that.
like, "Hey, nice car," and he's like, driving out, and he just cuts over and he sees her. Yeah, Supergirl was not a good movie. Great concept, not a good movie. Great actress, not a good movie.
I didn't even like her arc in the Smallville series. It was
Oh, but I liked her though.
Oh, who didn't? Everybody liked Lois Lana and Supergirl in that movie and that TV show. And the one who is now in prison for sex trafficking.
Is it hot in here or is it just her?
No, it's hot in here.
It's
The
hot.
heat turned up to 90.
Damn it!
Because you know me, like the heat.
I do. So, back on track. What else would we not be able to make today?
Our comments about Linda Carter.
Oh, actually, only for the way they talk in there, Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, yes.
Just the sheriff.
Oh,
Jackie
yes.
Gleason as the.
What about
Yeah.
Gator?
Who?
Gator, the Burt Reynolds movie, was a very deep South, actiony kind of movie. Drove a Trans Am, talked with a Southern drawl, used his gun more than his mouth.
I don't know if I don't remember that one.
It's. I saw it a long time ago. It's not a a terrible movie, but it's definitely would not be able to be made today.
No.
And the only reason why I watched it is because it was Archer's favorite movie, because he's such a big fan of
Yep.
the television show. And
Yeah,
when his mom starts dating Burt Reynolds, he's like, "You're Gator."
Oh, I can't believe we didn't even think about the fucking airplane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be when they're talking jive.
Yeah,
The old ladies.
it's okay. I
talking
speak jive.
The autopilot.
Roger,
When it
what's our
loses
vector?
air.
Victor?
When they're trying to calm down the lady and
Oh.
they just start shaking her, and the
nice.
next guy comes up and slaps her, and there's like a whole line of
Yeah.
people going back.
all with like weapons and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. We'll get her calm. Don't worry.
His most famous line in cinema history is like, "Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley."
But what if your name is Shirley?
But he was,
I know his name wasn't sure.
On top of that, well, and also because one of the actors, kind of got arrested shortly after, but the Naked Gun movies,
Yep.
oh yeah.
O.J. Simpson,
Well,
Nordberg.
Well, they are remaking it
Are they really?
Oh,
with
come on.
with Liam Neeson.
Oh.
It's like he brought it back a little bit.
A little bit.
Like,
Because Liam Neeson can play comedy, like dry comedy, just like
well,
the,
yeah.
the Trick
like,
serial
yeah, like
the
when he
cereal
did,
and
for
Ted.
Ted. I understand that tricks are for kids. It's like, yeah, it's what it says on the box. Yeah. So if I buy this, no one will follow me. No, that's not in our budget. But yeah, at the end of the movie, he just brings it back. He's like got all beat up. He's just like, and then walks out.
I'd like to make this purchase.
I won't forget what you've done here for me today.
Quick little tangent about people who you didn't think would actually be very funny is Eminem. You ever see him on Saturday Night Live? Whenever he hosts, or he was a musical guest spot, they would put him into a skit, and his deadpan, dry humor, I almost peed myself laughing.
Well, what about
He was
when
like
did
that when he's in the interview.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
interview.
I've never seen the interview.
Oh my god.
That seemed like the dumbest fucking movie.
It
ever.
is. It is dumb.
free. It's free.
Yeah.
Ish.
What streaming service?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Don't you worry about it.
Yeah. If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
I can't afford free. How poor am I?
So he basically in the movie, The Interview, he comes out as being gay.
Oh, really?
And he like makes fun of his own lyrics. He's like, yeah, man, that was like super gay. Like, you didn't know that?
And James Franco,
And yeah.
he's basically, even though he's straight out saying it, James Franco is still trying to push it as if he's trying to get the information.
Yeah,
out of him,
like
but
he's trying to get him to come
he's
out
like,
of the
so
closet.
when you say gay, he's like, I like dudes.
It's
I
like-
like having sex with men. He's
I
like,
like having...
and
yeah.
by having sex with men, you mean, and he's like, I suck cock, all right? Like, he straight out says it. And I'm like, wow, that's Eminem there for you.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching him like, how the fuck did they pitch that to Eminem to come out here with that? That had to be an awesome pitch.
A lot of money.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that was a movie that almost didn't get made because North Korea started sabering rallying over
Yeah.
it. And then they
Um,
just, instead of putting it in theaters, they just gave it to free to they put it on like every streaming service possible.
All we got to do is give their army food and they'll turn on them.
Hell, did you see their generals and all the medals they wear?
Yeah.
For all the battles they've been in? You just throw a magnet into the town square and you'd probably defeat half the army.
Well,
Yes, Kim Jong-il, I am taking shots at you.
there was a video that said North Korea is basically turns into Wii Sports when any room Kim Jong Un walks
that's
in,
right.
because they all
Ew was
jump
the
and
father.
they do the clapping. Remember when it first came out, like everyone in the stands was
Yeah.
clapping and jumping. So they basically played that music over him walking into a room.
Yes, probably wouldn't get made today.
No,
No,
definitely
I'm
not.
genuinely surprised it got made when it actually did.
It was still in a good time. It was still a good time period.
Yeah, it was in the before times.
Yes.
Yeah, Requiem for a Dream.
See, I've never seen the movie, but the theme song plays rent free in my head constantly.
Well, it's just more of the sexuality part of it. Just, I mean,
And that the scene I cannot I
Yeah.
have trouble watching.
Right,
It's-
yeah.
It's after the one dude was shooting heroin for a while. It was what's his name? Was it one of the Waynes? It was one of the Waynes, wasn't it? Marlon Wayans?
was it Marlon or Keenan Ivory?
It was one of the two of them. I think I don't know which one, but they're shooting up him and the buddy are shooting up heroin, and then he's got that scene where it infected his arm. Remember, he's taking him to the hospital, and you see his arm just going gangrenous, and it's the most disgusting thing ever. It's like it's almost hard to watch that scene.
It was Marlon.
Okay.
Well, I mean that one and even the double in dildo scene,
Oh yeah.
which is essentially the most iconic scene from it. But
I mean, I can watch it on Tubi when I get home too.
Well, you know what other one kind of like that really couldn't be made again today, and I wouldn't want it to because
Oh shit,
it was
Christopher
made by
McDonald's
it
in
was
this
made
movie,
by a
too.
masterpiece or a master filmmaker, and it had a masterful actor in it, and that would be A Clockwork Orange.
oh,
That
Yes.
movie
That is a
on so
frickin'
many
tough
levels.
movie. Yeah.
I mean, I love that movie. I'll watch the hell out of that
It's the one
thing.
with Jack Nicholson in the insane asylum. right?
No, that's
No,
One Flew Over the
that's-
Cuckoo's
yeah.
Oh,
Nest.
okay.
No, this one was with Malcolm McDowell as the main character, young Malcolm McDowell, and it was Stanley Kubrick who did the movie.
I know of those two people.
And it was highly, highly panned when it first came out. It's since then become a cult classic, and it is an amazing movie. However, it's got a whole lot of content in there. It's all, like a lot of rape content in there.
Like the first Evil Dead.
More than that, no. This is a lot more.
But that one involved a tree.
Yeah, but that was just one
And a
scene. They were
demon.
done. Yeah, that was just. At least it was otherworldly. This was just guys breaking into people's houses and
Yeah.
just raping
Oh.
women.
Yeah.
That sounds unpleasant for most
Yeah.
people involved.
Yeah.
But brilliant movie though. I mean, it is really a really good movie. I love the movie. It's just that would not be able to be redone today. And I wouldn't want it to because nobody can do what Stanley Kubrick did.
No, of course not. He's an amazing film director. I'm going to throw a movie that would still be made today, but there is a scene that they would probably edit out. Big. With
I don't
Tom
know if it's
Hanks.
a scene, but they'd probably change the
whole romance.
The romance bill. Because yes, everyone that watched Big was like, "Oh wow, it's such a good movie," and they just accepted the fact that a
A grown woman has sex
had
with
sex
a
with
12-year-old.
12-year-old.
But he wasn't in a 12-year-old body and she didn't know.
That's a whole episode on the show New Girl where
I think there's also an episode of that on SVU.
I'm not saying I condone it. I'm just saying it wasn't like it was an actual 12-year-old boy there.
but
He
there's
reads at a sophomore level.
there's a scene in New Girl where the boyfriend at the time goes, "Oh, that's the movie where the grown up has sex with the child," and she's like, "No, no, it happens." She's like, "We're gonna discuss later about everything that's wrong with that sentence, but technically."
But for now,
It's the one with the grown up has sex with the child.
ugh.
Like, I mean, yeah, but.
I mean, if you want to talk about a real push in the boundary like that, Lolita.
Oh God, with
Yeah.
Billy
Yeah.
Bob Thornton.
So
Oh, that movie,
You know,
hurt my soul when I
just
watched
saying,
it.
it's just
Wasn't it based off of a very famous novel?
it is. Yeah, it's a very, very famous novel.
Well, even that and parts of the Professional.
Oh, Leon
Yeah.
the Professional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially when Natalie Portman starts hitting on the Professional.
Not only hitting on him, but also where she freaks out the teller. Is like, that's not my father. It's my lover.
Oh yeah.
What?
I forgot about that. Yeah, that movie was a little messed up.
Yep.
But it's still an unbelievably great
Oh,
movie.
Yep.
yes.
If you haven't seen The Professional, or some people call it Leon the Professional, you 100% need to go watch that movie. And you will see a very almost toddler-sized Natalie Portman.
No.
Yep.
She wasn't.
She was like 11 or 12.
Oh, yeah.
But she was also
She's preteen.
she's that tall normally.
Well, yeah, she's a small person.
Well, I'll tell you another one.
she's 5'3", fully grown.
yeah. And there's a Lonely Island song about fuck Natalie or something like that. No, it's about her just fuck you, I'm done with acting and all that kind of stuff. There's it was an SNL skit and it was hilarious. You need to go watch it.
I don't know if I saw that one, but I saw the one that she did was talking about the prequels.
I don't remember that one.
She basically pulls that she's a guy's interviewing her as Natalie Portman, the actor, and it's like, well, the prequels and blah blah blah. And so she's like, say shit about the motherfucking prequels, bitch, and pulls out a gun. Say shit about motherfucking Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, and it still breaks my heart to hear that actor's story about being Jar Jar Binks.
Well, he got redemption.
He did. And it was in Obi-Wan, right? Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, Mando,
Mando, that's right.
because
Yes.
he's the one that saved Grogu.
That is correct. Yes.
Mando.
One of my favorite movies of all time would definitely never be made today. The Goods. Buy hard and sell hard.
Live hard, sell hard.
Live hard, sell hard.
Never stop, never stopping.
But I know Tony's seen The Goods. Have you seen The Goods, Mr. Gavin?
I don't think so. I know of the movie. I don't think I don't remember ever watching it.
Oh, it's hilarious. But So Catherine Hahn's in the movie, and so is Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle has a mental disorder, so he's not mentally above the age of 10, but he looks like Rob Riggle. So Catherine Hahn's all about it. And then Vin Rames is like, you can't do that. He's a child. She's like, not from where I'm standing.
And then there's like, when she does that, she's like, oh, it's passion, but, who can you blame? And he's like, you're the adult. So you're to
So
blame.
you're the
It is available for free on Pluto.
What is?
Pluto TV? The Goods.
Oh.
The movie you were just talking about.
Okay. I don't know. You started looking that up before I mentioned the goods.
No, I was looking up one here.
Okay.
It's easy. That's how it works.
Yeah.
What works? Amnesia does.
Yeah.
Just a pinch, and that's how it works. How it works.
Hi, I'm Tom. Yeah, we've met.
Hi, I'm Tom.
You watch yourself there, Tom.
Yeah.
You still peed a bit?
Well, here's one that probably definitely would not be able to be remade. And again, I don't want it to be remade because I like the original, and that's American History X.
Oh, that got Edward Norton an Oscar nomination for
Yes,
that movie.
and it would get him thrown in jail today.
Technically,
Yeah.
he got thrown in jail in the movie
Yeah.
He did. Yes.
because he literally
Curb
curb
stomped.
stomped someone.
So, so that would affect a lot of sensitive people
Yep.
in this world today.
Well, that one and one that made it through, but has since been tried to be canceled, and have tried to cancel the actor in it. Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean, you people? What do
What
you
do you
mean,
mean,
you
you
people?
You can't cancel Iron Man.
Yeah.
And now he's Doctor Doom, so
Yeah.
he's holding all the cards.
Yeah. Apparently, part of his contract to come back for Doctor Doom is to let his daughter stay in the Cinderella's castle in Disney World.
That's fine.
Yeah.
For what? One night?
Yeah, it's for one of her birthdays. I don't know.
Do you know how much that costs to just go in there for like a couple hours?
Probably more than I make in a year.
Yeah.
Shoot, the Kardashians, every time they take their kids up there, they basically rent the place out.
Yeah.
North
they have
and
a lot of
south?
money, though.
Yeah. Oh, so does frickin' RDJ.
No, I know that. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that it's quite a bit of money there. So
Yeah, and that room is like, it's just a room.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing else. And so that I've always wondered, like, when you do that, do you have someone that like waits on you? Is there like a staff that brings you food?
I'm sure there must
Because
be
there's
something.
nothing else in the frickin' park open.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm sure there are a bunch of adult Disney fans out there, but actually what's more secretive is the famous Disney club that you can get into. Like, I think it's called Club 103 or something like that.
it's like a secret society.
It
guys
really
with gold
is.
masks
It's-
and stuff.
it's
And you're like,
like the
oh man.
like Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
I was thinking the
Creepy.
skulls, but
The
with
skulls,
the but with a Mickey Mouse mask.
Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, one guy's got Goofy, one guy's got Donald, one's Minnie. It's just all mess.
Yeah,
and then
it's all mess.
weirdly nothing else.
Yeah, but it's like $100,000 a year or something for that membership.
Yeah, because
And
it's probably
it's,
some secret society.
it's a 10-year
creepy
waiting
stuff.
list to get in.
You probably figure out all the secrets of the world.
Oh yeah, fuck the Illuminati. I want to get in with these people.
Yeah, none of them got COVID.
Yeah.
Disney stayed open somehow.
Yeah. Well, this side.
Yeah. To be fair, they did shut down for like a month.
Disney World did. Disney World reopened. Disneyland, I still think half that's closed.
Yeah.
You ever been to Disneyland? You ever see their castle at that park?
Mm.
It's about 1/3 the size of the one we have in here.
Well, that's why that's a land and this is a world.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember walking in with
And,
my
and
brother.
here's how and I recently found this out. Here's how you tell the difference. World, O-R,
Orlando.
Land,
L.A.
L.A. I'm like, how the fuck have I been on this planet this long and not noticed that?
Well, I've been Googling this, even though I live in Florida
Yeah,
for the
or-
30 years of my life.
Well, it's the same thing I learned like a couple years back about Memorial Day. Memorial Day.
Mother.
I knew I was going to get someone.
Well, I knew Memorial Day was in the spring and Labor Day was in the fall, but Mother. Can I get whiskey?
Yeah.
What else you got here besides water?
When we go to the whiskey.
When we go
after
to
we're done
the
here.
whiskey,
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yes, we are.
I'll get some whiskey. with
Challenge
me.
accepted.
You gotta stop rewatching How I Met Your Mother.
But once you watch Barney enough, you just start adapting.
5 slaps.
I would. So the episode we're talking about is the slap bet one, and at the end of the episode, Barney can choose either 10 slaps, right in a row, right then and there, or
Five
to
for
be,
eternity.
to be doled out whenever Marshall wants for the rest of time.
And just like immediately he reaches really fast for his drink. Shudders.
I'm just reaching for my soda, bro.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
And he he just like gently rubs his shoulder.
And then like an amazing backhand. And then he's like, that's one. Like I think it's a couple of seasons later though, he gets like 2 extra slaps for some
Well,
reason.
He does one when they go to that play that Lily's in. He hits him there. He does one at one of their Thanksgivings.
Slapsgiving.
And then there's no, that's the second one. So there's another Thanksgiving one where he gets him, and then the slapsgiving one is the one with Lily's father.
Yeah.
And that's when he's bringing. He's like, I give this slap to so and so, and they keep handing the slap. So I was like, I can't do it. I care for you, and you've had a tough year. I'm giving this slap to you, and then finally Marshall says, he's like, hey, nobody can do it. And he's like, that's why there will be no slap this year. And then Barney gets over, he's like, oh, we're good. And he's just
He slaps the shit out of him.
history.
The final slap though, like there's this long story about him going to Asia and learning like the secret slap technique.
Yep.
And it is one of the funniest episodes in the show.
The 3 types.
Yep.
Is power, control, and there's one other one.
Yeah.
Can't
But the
remember.
last one is like you just like try really hard. It's accuracy.
Accuracy. That's what it is.
And it's Ted who plays the wise
Yeah.
tutor, and he dies. He's like, just try really hard to hit the face. That's all you got to do.
Well, why he died was the Ted character started choking, and so he's like, I had to save him. He's like, I had to slap his back, but I didn't learn accuracy, and he slaps him, and his heart goes through, and that's why he was dying. But we'll talk about that offline.
Just
Great
try
episode,
really
though.
hard.
Just try really hard.
We got a little bit of time left, though. So what else we got? What else we got that wouldn't be able to be made today?
I think Spaceballs would be made today.
Yeah, I don't think that pushes.
No. Outside of the giant Con Air product placement, there's not really much in that movie. Fantastic movie, 100%, one of Mel Brooks' finest.
Conair product place. What are you talking about?
The hairdryer, it said Con Air on it.
Oh.
It's like, if you want to take this, you carry it.
Oh, I thought
princess.
you meant the movie Con Air. I'm like, no,
No,
that movie
no,
came
no.
out way after Spaceballs.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got the idea from
Oh,
No,
yeah.
the hairdryer
I
that they were
gotcha.
dragging.
I gotcha.
I will say, the 2 black, they're combing the desert, and the white guys using the combs, and the 2 black guys using a pick.
The
They're like,
pick.
you found anything? We ain't found shit.
That might be a part that they might take out.
Yeah.
That would, yeah. But yeah, I think it's like, sir, I don't think this is what they meant by comb the desert.
But it was the same guy from Police Academy, the guy
Yeah.
of A Million Voices.
Yep.
I can't remember his name at the
Well, his
moment.
character was Jonesy in Police Academy.
Jones, yeah.
So loosely on this site, the early James Bond movies.
Yeah, he was kind of a womanizer back in those days.
And why? Well, I mean, also like some, I would say like 4, maybe 5 years ago, like they were trying to cancel, or like some group was trying to cancel Sean Connery because of an interview that he gave about, slapping a woman's buttocks or something like that, basically slapping a lady. And it was like, all right, well, first off, he's already retired. So why are we trying to take down everything that's like, you know what? You just can't remove the fucking world.
And to be fair, that was half on the writers, because in the movie Goldfinger, one of the woman's names is Pussy Galore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he was an old English bastard, and he probably slapped a couple of asses.
Easily.
But half the writers are also in trouble.
And he's Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah, that's my... If we go to war with Scotland, that's my bad.
Yeah. Yes. Movie Talks and Chill alone going to war with Scotland.
Yes.
I'll piss off North Korea all the time, but I do apologize to the Scots.
When you get kidnapped and brought to North Korea, don't be calling us. I'm not coming over there. This ain't going to be like Return to Paradise, where the rest of us has to come over to ease your sentence.
Oh, oh, damn. What's that? The worst version of Deliverance that you keep talking about.
The worst version of Deliverance?
There's another movie, basically, not with William Dafoe. It's with Deer Hunter. Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter's not like Deliverance.
Didn't you say it was all about PTSD and rape and?
No, I said it's about PTSD, but they were POWs. So
Ah.
yeah, that's military POW stuff. But they were tortured. They were the thing was they were forced to play Russian roulette in a gambling room with all the Vietnamese, and so but they were forced to do it, and so that's why and then they got out, and then it was Christopher Walken's character stayed back because he was all messed up in the head, and then Robert De Niro went back for him and found he was just playing the game just to play it
Living
because
on
he
the
was
edge.
so out of it. Well, he didn't know who he was anymore. So, but no, Deliverance, that might be a hard one to make today.
Yeah. Ned Beatty just getting rammed.
Yeah, that's a horrible statement.
But it's a true statement.
Because all you think of when you me personally, when I think of Ned Beatty, immediately I think of like The Toy, when he was the nervous assistant to the dad, and then also, of course,
The Toy with
Richard Pryor.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I always once again I know
that's
they're
on this list.
They were wildly different movies, and I know there's one syllable between the two, but I always think of Toys with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, not the.
And
the
it's also the
Christmas movie.
tense,
What?
the tense that it's used.
Yes.
Yeah, but
But they
the
have
Ned Beatty,
ones-
I always think of mainly like Otis from the Superman movies.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Luthor. And so it's hard to picture that happening to him. You know.
Well, you also saw it happen to not Ving Rhames, but the hell is his name? He passed away. God damn it! The guy from Whole Nine Yards, Bruce Willis.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah,
Yep.
in Pulp Fiction,
Yeah.
he was getting it.
No,
the-
that was Ving Rhames.
Was it Ving Rhames?
That was
Yeah,
Ving
that
Rhames.
was-
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan wasn't in Pulp Fiction.
My apologies to Mr. Rhames and Duncan.
Another movie he was in that they have on this list is I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they would probably say because of fraudulentness.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's so much about the
I don't even think. Yeah, I
gay
don't-
factor because I think they really
Well, maybe even
try to promote the pro-gay factor.
Yeah.
Of like they're coming to terms that they understand the gay community better.
But it also probably could have
defended
been
him.
Rob Schneider's character.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, if they remake it, as long as Jessica Biel's in it. I
Because
don't-
you see it a circle and never stop.
Well, they had what's his name got panned for that in that old movie. I think it was Breakfast at Tiffany's. It was Mickey Rooney when he played the Asian guy, and they just said that version of him playing an Asian man was like apparently to people now watching a movie that was made way back then is offending them now.
Oh,
Now it's a horrible impression they were trying to do of an Asian person, but at the time it's like it was partially funny. I mean, it's still funny to me.
So Uncle Buck is on here. Kindergarten Cop.
I don't see how
I
that
don't
can
see
be
anything wrong with
offensive.
those movies.
Unless they're talking about like the kid, kidnapping the child.
Little
Because technically
Monsters?
She did kidnap
Yeah.
the kid.
But it's not a tumor. You can't.
It's
get rid
not a
of it.
tumor.
Little Monsters?
Yep.
How is
Little-
that offensive?
sad.
I'd remake that. Well, I wouldn't do it because I love that movie originally, but you could do that. I mean,
Is that
Top-
the one with Fred Savage where he goes into
How
the
we
nightmare
Met
realm?
Bill?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there's
just
nothing wrong with that movie.
Mouse Hunt. Mrs. Doubtfire.
impersonating
I-
women,
I-
I'm assuming.
I think it might be the assault with a deadly weapon with the food allergy.
No, I think it's the entire show impersonating a woman.
Oh,
Cross-dressing.
Transgender issues.
And basically breaking the law of the court order.
Yeah,
that
that's
he
true.
wasn't supposed to be.
I could probably-
Let's not gloss over the attempted homicide that happened in the movie.
That was for fun.
Yeah, I just-
And he was a James Bond at that point anyway.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
he was fine.
exactly.
He,
He,
could defend
was
himself.
fine. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
There's nothing wrong with that movie. Absolutely not. I will defend that until my dying breath.
That's why I'm looking at these. I'm like, what the fuck
No,
is
let's
wrong?
let's take the last couple minutes to gloss over what some of these are.
Real quick,
Jungle to Jungle.
Oh, with Tim Allen?
Yeah.
No. But real quick.
Cobra.
I don't know.
Which one?
Ah,
Which
Cobra. The one
Oh,
with
Stallone.
yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Can we just talk about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang real quick?
Sure.
You can talk all you want about it.
Well, there's a scene the only scene that I remember, and he's like, look up the definition of idiot in the dictionary. You know what you'll find? He's like, a picture of me? No, the definition idiot. Idiot.
Idiot. Well, this is funny because they did remake it, and then they got a bunch of shit about how they remade it. The Little Mermaid.
Oh, that new one was garbage.
The next one on there, I could see how they would.
Oh yeah,
how
Rocky
that-
Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be-
Yeah.
I got you there.
Tim Curry is an absolute legend, but yeah, that would not fly today.
Great movie. Though.
Jack. What?
The Robin Williams movie?
Yeah.
There's no. That's a heartfelt movie.
Well, he does get drunk. They serve him alcohol.
Because he's 50.
He was no, his body was,
Yeah,
but his
yeah.
age. So do you
Yeah.
want to go back to the big thing?
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
or what? I mean,
Fine.
And he also walks in and like buys Playboys, right?
Yep. For all the kids, for all his buddies and stuff.
That happens in the new Shazam movie.
Yeah, so that should be banned too.
No, absolutely not.
The
Both of them were
the
great.
cartoon, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I saw it when I was a kid when it first came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever. It's rated G, but couldn't be made today.
I don't know why there was. I remember great songs. It was a tale of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It was.
Quasimodo.
Oh yes, this one by far, The Ringer.
Oh yeah.
That
I don't
Now-
know how he got away with it then.
I did like that movie. I thought it was hilarious.
I loved how even Johnny Knoxville character is like, "This is messed up, dude. I cannot do this."
You want me to fix the what?
Now, here's the funny thing. I actually, when that movie came out, I was able to find the behind-the-scenes documentary of that movie. And I'd say 80% of the people that played in that were actually mentally challenged. There's a couple people that weren't, but they needed like X amount of care. One guy he's just a really good actor. But he worked, they talked to him and they pitched the idea and brought it to, I can't remember what organization it was, but something with the people, an organization that deals with, handicapped or mentally. I'm not trying to be offensive here. Literally, we're talking about not being offensive. Whatever the proper term is. And they went to him and they said, "Okay, no, that's funny." And they told all the people that were going to be in it. They're like, "This is what we're doing. We're not making." And they all loved it. Like in the interview, they're all talking to him. They're like, "Oh, we just think it's funny." It doesn't, like they weren't taking offense to it. And they were 100% well aware of what the movie was. So he did get very close before they even made the movie. He did make
good
sure
on
it was.
him.
And actually, they thought it was cool because they're like the one guy that was, I can't remember what version of disability he had. Maybe it's just autism, or so he was on the spectrum of some sort. But he said, "No, he's like, I love Jackass."
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
no, I remember him.
like, to a lot of them,
he
it was
was the one
hilarious.
that we were playing the piano, and he was the one like just reciting all the songs.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, well,
Mr. Billy Joel.
oh yeah, the other one that was an actual actor is like, "Ask me any movie." Okay, Jaws. That was a good movie.
I know we're running out of time, but just real quick but Kevin Smith's earlier films like Mallrats, Chasing Amy's, they probably wouldn't be made today.
Dogma definitely would.
Dogma,
God,
no.
And that one got hit back then. He got sued by every Christian organization back
Yeah.
then.
Well, that's what you get for hiring George Carlin to play a bishop.
But the irony is, most people don't realize George Carlin at one point was a clergyman.
He really was. I do remember that from his bio.
That's why he always was so amped on his opinion about religion.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's like, I lived that life. He's like, and that's why I do this stuff.
I can call them out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Basically.
So, yeah, that's good times, man. So, movies that wouldn't be made today or remade, but,
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've got, pregnancy, people denying that they're responsible for that.
Yep. I mean, you came on to me. It's like, you wanted it more than I. Whoa, here, buddy.
So just so we're clear, you two got this all out of your system in the past hour?
No.
Oh, no. The rest of the day, you're hanging with us.
Now we can say
no,
what
I'm
we...
going home.
No, now we can say what we really want
You think you're going.
after this episode.
I'm being kidnapped.
Not by North Korea yet.
I would blink, but this doesn't go up for 3 days, so I'll be dead in a ditch
So
somewhere.
if Patrick is not on the next episode, you know why. You'll probably see it on the news.
Yeah.
Tony
I
Serrato
know
and
this.
Gavin Butts.
Local
I did
St.
not do
Petersburg man was found in a ditch today.
With a North Korean flag on his chest
in his anus.
and 4 letters carved into his forehead, FMTC.
Ion TV is going to have a field day with this one.
Yes. But that is all the time we have for this episode. Thanks,
Next time
guys.
on the first 48.
Yes. Tune in next week. We will be back, though, as usual, every week. We'll start probably in the next few weeks. Be talking a little bit about the ramp up for the next film festival that
Yes.
will be at
It's
the end
coming
of
up late April.
It's coming up quick. But until then, for Movie Talks Show, we're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, guys. Take care.